If you run an e-commerce brand and you're stuck at around 20 to 30K per month and you want to scale to 50K per month, you have to understand that scaling isn't only about budget. And not a lot of people talk about this, but it's about behavior prediction. If you think that scaling means increasing spend, duplicating ad sets, or finding a winning audience, then I'm sorry to tell you, but you are wrong. So today I'm going to break down exactly how Meta scales brands and why most e-commerce stores stuck at around 20, 30, and maybe even 40K per month can't seem to scale past these numbers. So today I'm going to break down exactly how the Meta algorithm works and how to think in terms of delivery logic, behavior ladders, and signal strength instead of budgets. This video alone will change how you run ads forever. So the reason why most brands fail to scale is not because their product is bad. They fail because they misunderstand how Meta makes decisions. Because if you go really in depth, Meta doesn't care about your ROAS, your margins, your revenue target. Meta just cares about your predictability. To understand this better, the algorithm is going to ask one question. Can I reliably predict who will take this action again? If it can't predict the behavior, it's not going to scale, no matter how much money you throw at it. And that's why you see this all the time. Your ads work at $100 a day, but the moment you try to double the ad spend, everything goes to shit. The moment you raise your budget, your performance collapses. And it's not because the ads just stop working, it's just because you outpace Meta's confidence. Now, I know this may sound confusing, and so I'm going to break it down even more so that you guys can understand. The core model that you need to understand is behavior ladders, because Meta doesn't jump cold traffic into purchases. It climbs a behavior ladder. So first is going to be the scroll stop. Then it's going to be a 3-second view. After that, it's going to see which people watched more than 50% of the video. Then Meta is going to look at the clicks, and then the add to carts, and finally the purchases. So Meta can only scale if it identifies a repeatable pattern from these steps. And this all leads to how your creatives look. If your creatives are optimized for clicks and cheap CPMs, then you're feeding Meta weak signals. A strong brand is able to scale because their creatives pre-qualifies their buyers. So in 2026, what actually controls the deliverability is the following: creative consistency, signal clarity within the creatives, and mass volume of comparable behaviors. Not your interest groups, not your interest stackings, because everything now is contextual based on your creatives. Because Meta is going to use this to understand who's this for, who's going to buy it, at what price point, and at what scale. With the new Andromeda update, your ad is no longer just an ad. It's a whole behavior filter. By the way, if this is starting to feel really confusing, or you're just realizing that you don't have the time to rebuild everything from scratch, you can book a call directly with me through the link in the description by clicking the Calendly link. We'll look at your ad account, give you a free audit, and tell you exactly why you're stuck at 20 to 30K per month. Worst case scenario, you get a free ad account audit. And the best case scenario, we scale you to over 50K per month. You're happy with your whole systems, and you're scaling and scaling even more every single month. All right, let's get back to the video. Now let's talk about the deliverability logic, because this is where most people actually mess up. You have to understand that Meta scales vertically and horizontally at the same time. What that means is that for the vertical point of view, there's a higher spend per impression and your frequency goes up, and that just means that your ad is being shown to the same type of people and the same people over and over again. And horizontal means that it's expanding to adjacent behavior clusters. If your creatives don't hold attention at a higher frequency, then Meta simply cannot climb the ladder. And that's why your CTR drops, that's why your CPM rises, and that's why your CPA explodes. And so you might ask me then, what's the solution? Your solution isn't just to increase the budget. The first thing that you need to do is to improve your creative signals. Don't get me wrong, it's very important to identify your winning ads and to keep on iterating them. But the high scaling brands solely rely on their creative system. That means that every single week they test multiple angles, multiple formats, and different clear behavior intent. They test statics for clarity, UGC for trust, founder-led videos for authority, and carousels to educate the people about their product. Every creative should answer one question: what behavior am I trying to train the algorithm on? When you do this right, Meta just doesn't guess anymore. It shows each of your creatives to the right person. So to give a quick recap, the only way that you're going to scale is when you understand behavior ladders, signal density, and delivery logic. After that, it's going to be easy to scale over and over again. So if your store right now is stuck at around 20 to 30K per month, it's not because Meta is broken, simply because your system isn't designed for predictability. So first you need to fix your whole system, your whole creative system, and then the spend follows. If this video helps you, then just drop a like and subscribe, because I post videos like these every single week. And if you want me to apply this directly into your brand, then just click the link below and book a call via the Calendly link, and I'll see you then.